Alright guys, y'all know what kind of video this is going to be. This here is the AR versus AK debate video. Okay, now before I get off into this video, I want to start off with the fanboys out there. Okay, you have AR fanboys and you have AK fanboys. Okay, now I'm going to start off with the AR fanboys. The thing with them, to sum up an AR-15 fanboy, I could say that they're very prickish, assholish, and they argue their fanboyism to the AR with valid points, statistics, shot placement. You know, shit like I can shoot a dime at 100. You know, with my AR, I could shoot sections of Q-tip. You know, freaking at 2,800 yards away and crap like that. And you know, they just lurk all over AR-15.com. It's not even funny. The AK fanboys, however, I find to be not very good because, first of all, I'm a fan of the AK over the AR for one. The AK fanboys cannot argue their argument towards the AK for shit. I find a majority of them, like I said, majority of them, not all of them, are just to be, you know, stupid idiots that can't argue for crap. They can't argue their own points. All they ever say to the AR fanboys is freaking, oh, we got a more reliable gun. And that's it. They don't have any other facts or any points to point out. That's all they say. So it kind of makes it shitty for the AK fanboys out there that like the AK. They can't even argue their own points. That's why the AR-15 fanboys always own them when it comes to a one-on-one argument. Okay. The reason why this debate will never cease to exist, or it will always continue to, you know, go on, is because if you were to take me and sit me down at a table full of AI or AK fanboys, I could argue to them why the AR-15 is a better rifle than the AK and come out winning every time. You can also take me to a table full of, you know, AR-15 fanboys, and I can argue to every one of them why the AK is better, and I can win the argument every time. I can argue why this rifle is better than that one, and why that rifle is better than this one. And I can just freaking argue and win every time. It doesn't matter. I can just do it. Okay, so this is the reason why this debate will never cease to exist. It won't stop. It's going to keep on. After this video is put out, people are going to just freaking go bonkers in the comments and, you know, whatever. But anyways, the second thing I want to talk about is both these, I don't like to call them weapons just because it kind of gives them a bad name, I guess. Both of these guns here are like tools in a toolbox. Okay? I look at the AK like a fork, and I look at the AR like a spoon. You're not going to eat cereal with a fork, and you're certainly not going to eat steak with a spoon. Both rifles have a certain purpose, and they do certain things better than you know, the other one in certain situations. At nighttime, or for nighttime use, I would never bring the Krink out because the rear sights are just just shit at nighttime. In daytime, they're all right. The AR-15 owns at night. You could throw an optic on that rail and, you know, mount a suppressor and you're good to go. However, the Krink is a freaking, like other people said before, like a freaking bullet hose, just like a water hose. You turn it on, you just spray. You know what I'm talking about? And it does that job just perfect. Anyways, let's get on to the whole subject matter here of AR versus AK. Since I can argue why both is better than each other, I'm just going to say things how I think I see them, or my opinion on either or, and I'm not going to try to be, you know, favoring the AK. I'm just going to try to straight up tell you what, you know, I think, because I like them both. I don't want to say equally, but I can operate both of them fluently. I can do my reloads with the AR and the AK just perfect, no problems. I know how to field strip them just perfect, you know, just like that. The AK-47, AK-74, Krink, or whatever type of AK rifles are out there, they're known for their reliability, ease of use, ease of maintenance. I basically can hand somebody that doesn't have any experience with firearms, and they'll be able to chamber around and fire that crank off with no problem. You know what I'm talking about? They might try to, you know, it might be on safe, and they might try to rack it and then throw the safety down and kind of fiddle with it and fidget with it, but they'll eventually get it loaded within at least 30 seconds. Now the AR is a different story. I've actually handed this AR to somebody that's never used a firearm, and I just sat there and watched, and it took them almost 4.5 minutes just to figure out where the charging handle was and how to use it. Okay, I didn't say anything. That's how it is to people that don't have any experience with any firearms. So I give credit to the AK for being way more simpler. Okay, however, the AR really is not that complicated. Once you break off into it, you basically hit that rear pin there in the receiver. You shotgun it up, pull your T-handle out in the bolt carrier, and there's everything you need right there to take apart and clean. AK says it's kind of similar. Just pop off the dust cover. I push that recoil spring up, and I just yank everything off all at one time. So I got all 3 parts just boom there, just like that. Both of them are simple, you know, to use, not that hard. The AR, yeah, it does get dirtier. It is a DI gun. It stands for direct impingement. It shits where it eats. However, I clean my AR every 1,000 rounds. Okay, I know a lot of people on YouTube, you know, they baby their guns, and they, you know, which I do, you know. But if I'm gonna shoot them, I really don't like to clean that often. What makes this crank kind of a chore to clean is that when I shoot that 7.6 military surplus 545 by 39.5 millimeter ammo through, it's corrosive, and I have to clean it and, you know, do all that crap. So it's a lot more of a chore to clean, and that's the reason why when I shoot it, you know, I shoot a bunch at once, because I just hate to have to clean it, you know, just for just one magazine dump or something like that. The AR is a really nice rifle. I just am ashamed that freaking Americans, you know, freaking can't build an AK correctly. Okay, like if you were to go to the gun store and pick up an AK, chances are that one of the rivets are going to be mushroomed and not, you know, properly smushed in the receiver right, or you'll have you know, mag wobble, especially in the Wasser 10s, Century Arms Wasser 10s. And by the way, Wasser stands for what a shitty rifle, and the 10 stands for only worth $10. Okay. Anyways, that might have made some people butthurt, but, you know, oh well. Anyways, I mean, if you have a Wasser 10, you know, that's all you can afford, I can understand. But that leads me on to another thing, is that I see people that aren't particularly fanboys of both guns. They go out and they buy like an LWRC, POF, you know, even freaking an HK416 upper, and throw it on their AR-15 lower and have like a really expensive AR-15, but then yet they'll go out and buy a cheap ass $300 Wasser 10 AK-47 and be like, oh no, the accuracy is shit. Well, when you put a freaking, you know, anywhere from a $1,500 AR-15 on up to a $5,000 AR-15 versus a $300 goddamn, you know, AK, of course, you know, you're going to get what you pay for. That's not even a comparison. You know, I think Mikhail Kalashnikov would just throw up in his sleep just knowing that the Wasser 10 was even made. You know, it's kind of like someone spit in his face when they made that. But anyways, another argument towards the AR is that, you know, it is more accurate. It's a lot more ergonomic. The safety is on the right side right there. All you have to do with your right thumb is just go click, 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 click right there. Now for the AKs, right now if someone pointed that gun at me, I know that they wouldn't be able to shoot it. For one, I can see right there that the safety is up. Okay, so if you were ever in a situation where you're going through like a corner or something, and you know, or somebody was sitting behind a table and then they pulled out an AK, and just for a split second you could see that safety was up, you might, you know, if you were an experienced, you know, person with a firearm, you could, you know, think for a split second, like, whoa, the safety's on, I gotta do what I gotta do. With the AR, you know, I can't really tell if the safety's on or not, because it's such a small little thing there, and their hands kind of covering it up. Most people are right-handed anyways, so that's another thing to note there. But anyways, my overall impression of both guns is that both of these firearms here, the AR, the AK, or the M4, M16, pretty much the Armalite design here is America's rifle, and the AK design is pretty much every other country, and even our country has AKs everywhere. Okay, these are the two most popular weapon systems in the world today. Okay, first of all, the AK type rifles have had more impact on world history than any other firearm in existence. And so that's another thing to note. Even if you aren't an AK person and you just don't like AKs, or if you don't like ARs, it's a good thing to be familiar with both types of weapon systems, just in case you need to know how to use either or. It's also, I mean, it's a good thing to know how to operate in a different kind of weapon system than what you're used to, because God forbid you go and pick up a rifle that someone dropped on the ground, or that's only if you're in a battlefield situation, but I ain't gonna talk about that. I'm just gonna talk about freaking weapon systems and shit like that. It's crackheads going down the road. But anyways, freaking so we got this video pretty much tidied up. I pretty much think I covered everything. I don't know if there's anything else I need to cover. Just the fact, just to let y'all know out there that there are fanboys of either or, and they will argue religiously about which is better than the other. And if you ever find yourself in an argument and you're proving your points and stuff like that to the other side, and they just keep on not making any sense, chances are you're arguing with a 2x4. And really, these two weapons are nothing alike. However, they're so similar. It's not even funny. The action is different. The thing that makes them similar is that they're both, rifles, and they both facing each other down. I'm talking about they're used against each other. And so that's why it's a good thing to know how to operate either or. But anyways, that's my little 2 cents on that. I'm not going to filter it up or manipulate any of the actions. Y'all have done seen that too many times on YouTube. I just kind of wanted to put my 2 cents out there and see what people have to think about it. But like I said, I mean, there's fanboys of either or, and you just, if somebody, dogs on your AR or dogs on your AK, I'm the kind of person that likes to own both. Why be a fan of one when I can own both? You know what I'm talking about? Like the FAL versus the G3. You know what I'm talking about? I plan on getting a PTR 91 GI later on, and I've talked to a couple of people that's had one of those rifles, and the first thing they say is when you upload a video, you got the little FAL fanboys rolling up and over on your video arguing, oh, the FAL, you should have got FAL, blah, blah, blah. But like I said earlier, if you can afford it, well, I might not have said you could afford it, but if you can afford it, why not just own both? And if you can't, you just need to pick what rifle is better for your situation, if you have one. I've got guns simply because I just like guns and I want to shoot them. My guns will never shoot anybody unless they break in on my house, but I don't plan on using my firearms as a weapon. I use them for recreational purposes only. Both these are SBRs. They're both on Form 1s, and that's pretty much it. And I hope you liked the video. Whatever. That's pretty much it. I'll see you just later.